guys, I'm Kylie Stoddard and Emily Spears is here. We're doing our presentation on Friedreich's ataxia. So this is a genetic, progressive neurodegenerative movement disorder with an age of onset between 10 and 15 years of age. The prevalence is 1 in 40,000 people. So it is impaired mitochondrial function leading to ataxia, which is muscles not moving in a coordinated way. It is also referred to as FRDA. It involves damages to the spinal cord, peripheral nerves, and cerebellum. And it's an autosomal recessive disease which is carried by parents who do not have symptoms. So a little bit more about it. So it's caused by a pathogenic mutation in the FXN gene, which is a protein that is required for proper functioning in the mitochondria, which provides energy. When someone has this, they do not produce the adequate amounts of energy needed, so their cells start to degenerate. So there's the same risk for males as it is for females, so it's not that one gender could have it more likely than the other. So it's an inherited autosomal recessive condition. A lot of the times with this, the parents can be carriers and not know about it. If both parents are a carrier, there's a 75% chance that the child could be born with this. It's commonly seen with ataxic dysarthria and mixed dysarthrias. So I wanted to share this video. It's about a young man named Sam who was diagnosed with Friedreich's dysarthria at the age of 13, and he just talks a little bit about his life living with it.
My name is Sam Bridgman. I'm 28 years old, and I was diagnosed with FA at 15. Started to get symptoms probably when I was around age 12. I would always play baseball with my dad, and he would hit it to me, and I would have trouble tracking the baseball. So instead of me getting better at sports, I was getting worse. I would trip and fall on the ground. My parents would ask me what happened, and I'd be like, the ground jumped up and tripped my foot or something. I think my parents thought something was wrong, but I didn't really think anything of it. And it took about 3 years to eventually go to the neurologist and do a blood test for FA. I mean, high school is a tough time for everyone. And when you add something like an FA diagnosis into the mix, that makes it even harder. I did not tell for probably a good year and a half. Just keep living my life like I did not have FA, pretty much. I would say to not wait to tell your friends about FA. It's always good to have friends and family that are by your side. The friends I told are some of my best friends today. My tattoo says "Seek a Miracle," and impossible is nothing, with baseball stitching in between. My parents and my brother all have the same tattoo. Seek a miracle is because FA doesn't have a cure. We're seeking a miracle every day. And then impossible is nothing. That's gonna always stick with me and always been my life motto that I live by. Life is not over. Keep moving forward every single second of every single day.
One of Sam, and we just felt that it was very helpful to see how it's affected him. Also, he found out at such a young age. He's still so young with living with this, and it was nice to hear about what he's done to help himself with it. So next I'm going to talk about a little bit of the characteristics of this. So it affects your limbs during walking. There's some inadequate muscle coordination, unsteady gait, poor control of fine motor movements of your limbs. Often because of the way that your muscles are affected, there can be slurred speech or swallowing impairment. Visual changes are very common, and then About 50% of people who have Friedreich's ataxia may develop cardiomyopathy at some point in their life with their diagnosis. Another thing that I thought that really stuck out to me was when we when I was looking at the research, it said that the average lifespan expectancy is 40.
The common concomitant conditions when it comes to FA include scoliosis, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and pes cavus. So those three were found in a research observation study in the early stages of diagnoses, as well as diabetes and bone fractures and depression. And then as the study continued, those who had more than 20 years within it, the diagnosis, also it was showing hearing and vision loss, arrhythmias, psychosis. And then there was a small number within the study that also was showing Charles Bonnet syndrome. As I continued doing my research on the concomitant conditions, sleep apnea was prevalent, Crohn's disease, and IBS. When it comes to assessment of FA, as Kylie talked about at the beginning of our presentation, this occurs in the mitochondria, and this is specifically within chromosome 9. So there's genetic testing that's completed in order to diagnose Friedreich's ataxia, and specifically they're looking for GAA repeat in both copies of the FXN gene. Once FA is diagnosed, then additional testing such as MRI of brain and spinal cord and an echocardiography is completed just to determine the extent of FA, because their comorbidities continue as their FA progresses. So they want to begin that testing right away in order to see how their heart is doing. I also found the scale for assessment and rating of ataxia. The shorthand for this is SARA, and it has 8 subtests, and it includes all different types of ataxias that it is an assessment for. And once you get a score from all 8 subtests, it ranges from a 0 to 40. 0, there is no ataxia present, up to 40, where there is severe ataxia. And the studies are showing that it is an excellent indicator to assess and rate the symptoms of ataxia. When it comes to Sam's performance on these procedures, his genetic testing would demonstrate a doubled FXN gene on chromosome 9. If he went through with the echocardiography, then he may be showing hypertrophy of the left ventricle. And then I went through and completed the SARA based on observations from his video. And based on my scoring, he received a 31.5 out of 40, and 40 is showing severe signs of ataxia. Here are our references. Thank you.